I think the luxury, particularly LVMH, is where you want to be in retail. And the reason why you want to be there in retail is because the brands that they own, the innovation and creativity that they have, look at their distribution that they have, and they basically, when you think about Sephora,
Right.
all the way up to whether it's wines and spirits or to whether it's jewelry, they have brands that people want to own and want to buy. And let's not forget,
Right.
this is also the year of the Paris Olympics, and they're a sponsor of those Paris Olympics.
I mean, I look, Dana, first of all, Dana, on Sephora, can you have Sephora pay cash to teenagers to throw out 1/3 of the bottles in their bathroom so then they'll buy more Sephora? I think that would be
Only if they buy more at higher
Oh, yeah.
prices, and there you go.
They got to do that, and they will do that. We know that. Dana, on luxury here, and it's critical. Can you make money in luxury gaming the fashion designers? I say this with the Beyond Fabulous, the new look with Coco Chanel and Christian Dior. Have you seen it on Apple TV, Dana? Do you love it?
Yes, I have. Yep, it looks terrific.
Looks terrific. Can you make money in luxury based on gaming this designer or that designer?
It's a little harder to do. I think when you have something like, and the reason why, take a look at Gucci. You can't bet on the designers. Look what Kering basically doesn't have the same stable of designers that LVMH has when you're operating 75 brands. So I don't necessarily think you could bet on one designer or another designer. I think it's the health of the brand, and some brands are even more illustrious than just the designer themselves.
Yep.
Look at Hermes. You don't know who the designer is, but doesn't everyone want anything Hermes makes?
Hey, Dana, I want to ask you about the Chinese consumer. When we talk about luxury, that just seems to be one of the key variables. And I'll walk home here to the Penn Station today, and I'll walk down Fifth Avenue, I'll walk down Madison Avenue, and I'll see a ton of European tourists. I'm not seeing many Chinese tourists here, and I know how critical they are to some of those big shops there on Madison and Fifth. Talk to us about the Chinese consumer. Where is he or she?
I think they're staying local. I think they're staying in China. I don't think they're traveling as much as they had in the past. You're absolutely right. You're not seeing them. I am seeing a little bit more Europeans. I think that they're spending also, whether it's on vacations or other in going things and having experiences rather than just some of the goods. So it's spending on local brands, it's spending on experiences, and almost every single luxury house has mentioned the impact of that Chinese consumer. When they come back is anyone's guess, but it is incumbent upon every luxury brand to continue to drive the most innovation and continue to update and enhance their stores in China in order to remain relevant.
Interesting. All right, let's back away from luxury, get to where I tend to traffic here with the regular folk here. Just talk to us about the U.S. consumer here. What are you seeing, coming out of the holiday season, kind of plowing into spring season? What are you seeing from the U.S. consumer?
I think overall, you can use the words discerning, cautious, choiceful. They're definitely, whatever you want to call it, they're definitely more careful about their spending, whether it's discretionary or essentials. We all saw Walmart's announcement the other day and their sales, and they reported very strong holiday results with momentum exiting the business. You look at their U.S. trends with a comp of 4%, I think there's a trade down that's happening. And you're seeing that trade down. Even look at the off-pricers, whether it's TJX, Burlington, or Ross stores. Anytime their same-store sales are above 3%, I always think they get the benefit of the trade down. They were that way in the third quarter. When they begin reporting next week, I think we're going to see that again.
If you're with us on Bloomberg Surveillance, Dana Telsey, the Telsey Advisory Group here on YouTube, Bloomberg Podcast. Thank you. Live chat there. We're having fun with that today. HHH. Good morning. And also on Apple CarPlay. We're out there with the Bloomberg Business app. It's free. You sign up for Apple CarPlay. Dana, I don't want to catch you unawares here, but you're such a trooper. I'm going to go there. I drove by Nordstrom's the other day. This is a 10-year track record of negative 7% per year. What in God's name did they do with that iconic Western brand? What does Nordstrom do to salvage itself?
I think overall one of the things that they need to do is, if you think about what Nordstrom was, it appealed to a upper middle income consumer with very good brands, had inventory in stock, and what was the defining element of Nordstrom? Service. That you can go in there and establish relationships, and that service element was there. I think the full line stores are missing some of that magic, and I think the focus has been on the rack, and I think some of the brands that they've put into their mix weren't the same as who that upper middle income consumer is. There's work to be done, and look at what you've seen at Bloomingdale's. Bloomingdale's has had strength. You haven't seen the strength at Nordstrom full line stores.